Something that is not discussed often in terms of the Beatles' influence on young people and on the culture is the whole question of drugs. And I mean, came up a lot in relation to Sgt. Pepper, especially because by that point it kind of became known that they were using drugs. In fact, the famous meeting with Bob Dylan in New York was when they were introduced to marijuana. Most fans didn't know that at the time, perhaps some did, and some older fans might already have been smoking pot themselves. But the question of did the Beatles influence young people to use drugs, I think the answer is absolutely yes, based on the interviews that I did with fans. Now, some kids knew the Beatles were using drugs, particularly LSD, which was the big issue around Sgt. Pepper. And it scared them. They had heard, oh, this is going to ruin my chromosomes, all these horrible, and it scared them. But for many young fans, it was intriguing. They wanted to see what this was all about. And there was all that controversy about Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Was this about LSD? And it wasn't. It was actually based on a drawing. But about a week after the record came out, Paul McCartney did an interview with Life magazine where he talked about the virtues of LSD and how people only use 1/10 of their brain, and that if people used LSD, if our leaders and government leaders used LSD, the world would be a better place. No, he was really an evangelist for LSD, and that upset a lot of parents, because it's one thing to grow your hair or want to play a guitar, but this was now getting a little bit too much, and parents were very concerned, and some fans remember their parents saying to them, don't copy everything they do. And a lot of parents frankly, just flat out didn't want their kids listening to the Beatles anymore.